Hey guys, it's Amy from Amy Says So. I blog about running and triathlon at amysaysso.com. And I'm doing this little video to go with a blog post that I posted today about heat training. When I wrote it, it was kind of funny because I had this idea, and it turns out that I've written something similar twice before, at least twice before, almost always about this time of year. So what got me thinking about it was two things. One, I do have a friend who went out and did a race this past weekend, and afterwards was overheated and standing around and fainted and got a very, fun trip in an ambulance to get some IV fluids, which I have been through as a runner here in Florida. And I think that most people in Miami and other tropical climates have a lot of experience. These are considered harsh climates, but we do adapt to that. And so for me, because I live in Miami and I train and race in Miami, this is something I've learned how to adapt to. So, but on the other hand, I was listening to a podcast. I listened to the Trainer Road podcast, which I love. And they were talking about sauna training to get used to training to racing in the heat, right? To adapt. And it made me smile because I don't have any need for a sauna right now because I can just go outside to the sauna that we call the Great Outdoors in Miami. So that made me chuckle. They referred to Tim Ferriss, of all people, which was fun. I think of him as the 4-hour work week guy, but he is, big in finding adaptation. So in the article, I linked to his research. Okay, so even though it doesn't ever get cold in Miami, it's warm all year long here. We do go through an adaptation period when it gets super hot, which is what is happening, I think, right now. And we're ahead of most of the country, North America, right? A lot of people I'm recording this at the beginning of May. A lot of people, May is spring, right? So for us though, it's hot. And so it got super hot and humid for us, right now. And so we are going through it. And in my experience and in what I've read, it really does take a couple weeks to work up to being able to be used to it. It doesn't ever get fun. To be out there. And so I have, things that I have learned to do and things that I do, drinking lots and lots and lots of fluid. People are sometimes stunned how much fluid when they come from out of town, how much fluid we drink. For me personally in the summer, there's a rule of thought in a lot of places where you wouldn't carry fluid for like an hour run or a 45-minute run. But in the summertime here, I've got fluid with me all the time. Not everybody does that, but that is what I do. And so, obviously I'm giving my thoughts, and there's a more detailed article, and I linked to the other articles that I found and my other articles on the blog. One of the things that I would say about exercising and training in the heat is that it is, you do want to be careful where you take advice from. Specifically, I think it's helpful to find people who are in your situation. So I have a lot of experience running, swimming, biking in hot and humid conditions in Miami, Florida. When I went and raced in Boulder, I asked people from Boulder in Colorado, what they did, and I made a plan. And my personal plan, I didn't implement it well, it didn't work, but it's different, right? Different conditions, I think, have different adaptation and different advice. And so I do think it makes sense to be careful where you get your advice. And, I'm online on the internet giving these tips and things like that, but, I will be the first to say that maybe that's not the greatest thing to take advice from somebody online, and except that sometimes that's all we find, right? So, so that's that, and that applies too for books, right? So, I am fond of saying this. There's a very well-respected guy who wrote a book called Waterlogged, and people loved it. And I think he's from South Africa, which is hot and humid. And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, this doesn't, drink to thirst. I'm always drinking before I'm thirsty. So what works for one person doesn't work for another. It doesn't mean it's bad advice. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've gone through all of my points. I have a new webcam. I hope this video looks good. Check out the full article on heat and humidity training at amysaysso.com. And I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to put this video in it for all the people who just watch videos and don't like to read. So I'm going to embed this in the article. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.